Hi everyone, it's Jason Blackman here from Just Pure and welcome to my Taxfiler Tuesday clip. In today's session we're just going to have a quick run through Taxfiler. I do make these videos every now and then but I haven't done one for a couple of years, so I'm just going to give you a brief demonstration of how Taxfiler works for limited companies. Um, if you want a full step-by-step process on how to do it, then please do click on the link in the description for some details about my course, which will walk you through preparing limited company accounts and corporation tax returns using Taxfiler totally step by step. As I say, today's very much just a sort of brief overview just to show you what you can actually do in Taxfiler with limited companies. So we're in the accounts module now in Taxfiler. So we've got several tabs across the top, as you can see. We've got status, details, trial balance, contents, notes, policies, view, and check and file. So I'm going to start on the details tab just to show you how easy it is to produce accounts in Taxfiler and how it works. So first we've got the period, we've got the period start date and the period end date. Now you will see in Taxfiler fields with red asterisks. Now that means the fields have to be completed. The system won't work properly unless these, oh, there you go, this is a required field, so the system won't work properly unless these fields are completed. We've got the comparative period. In this case there isn't any, but normally you would have a start date and end date for the comparative period. We've got the company information here, so we've got the company number, where it was incorporated, registered office address, etc. And we've got a status section to say whether the company's trading, etc. And lastly, we've got details on the directors, the name of the director, when they were appointed, if they resigned, and gender. So we'll just move on to the next tab here, which is trial balance. Now this is sort of the meat of the accounts, as it were, the limited company accounts. Now the trial balance here can be entered manually, as you can see here. We've got a column here for current year and a column for comparative, and you can actually change that if you want to in the layout to debit and credit columns, which may make it a little bit easier for you, or it may be a bit less cluttered just to have single column. But yeah, you can just type in the figures manually in the trial balance. You've got the blue section at the top, which is the profit and loss section, and we've got the red section at the bottom, which is the balance sheet. And what you actually can also do in Taxfiler is connect to cloud bookkeeping software. So if, for example, you're using Xero or QuickBooks Online, you can click this button here to connect to them, and the TV will automatically pull through into Taxfiler. So it's very much a time-saving device. So really, really handy if you're using, let's say, Xero for your bookkeeping. You can actually import the trial balance into Taxfiler electronically, so you can type in all the figures in. So yeah, that's the trial balance tab. We've got the contents tab, which is the sort of layout of the accounts. And you can see what type of the accounts here, in this case FRS 102, full or abridged accounts. And in the content section below, we've got what the accounts contain. And these are tickable boxes, so we've got the cover sheet, table of contents, company information, etc., etc. You can sort of tick and untick these as required. And some of the fields, as you can see, you can actually edit them as well. So if we click on the cover sheet edit, you can actually change the title here of the full accounts and affiliated accounts if you want to. And you've got the usual sort of contents of the accounts, but as I say, very much customizable when you're producing your accounts on Taxfiler. Signature of the account, date approved by the boards, and you've got the option to take the watermark off or leave it on for draft accounts. Move across to the notes tab here. So all these are editable. So you can see as I'm moving down there, they'll become underlined, which means you can click on them. So if I say turnover, you can click on that and you can put any notes or anything you want to in there just before you prepare the accounts. We'll click on debtors, for example, and there's some sort of various options in each of the categories, so pretty much customizable as you work through them. And similarly with the policies, we can add new policies or paragraphs into the accounts. In this case, we've got 3 here already. If I click on, for example, the basis of preparation, then you've got the standard note there, whereabouts it appears in the accounts, and you can change that as well. Then we move on to view. So this is where we actually view the accounts. As you can see, we've got a lovely set of accounts that Taxfiler has prepared, pretty standard format, all the notes there and the income statement and the statement of financial position, etc., etc. And then we've got the check and file tab, which is where we actually submit the accounts to Companies House. And we also attach the accounts to a CT600. So yeah, that's how we prepare the accounts, and we can obviously, as I say, directly submit them to Companies House here. and we can also attach the accounts that we're looking at now to a CT600 for editing when it comes to doing that. So I'll just show you actually the CT600 now and how easy it is to submit that. Okay, so we're on the CT600 here. So once again, we've got several tabs along the top. We've got status, we've got data input, we've got computation, tax return, review and file, and client details. So the data input tab, this is all the sort of contents of the CT600. We've got the company information, the declaration, the trading profits, and the XBRL attachment as well, which Taxfiler automatically attaches once we've imported the accounts into the CT600. It will automatically create the XBRL file, so that's a bit of a time-saving thing as well. We look on the computation and get a full CT600 computation. Pretty standard stuff, but yeah, it's all done for you within Taxfiler. Click on tax return and we get a view of the tax return. So this obviously looks like the paper version, the HMRC paper version, and you can sort of go through and just check that all off, and you can download as a PDF. So whether you want to keep a copy on file for yourself or you want to send a copy to the client, you can do that. And go to review and file. So once all the details for the CT600 have been completed, Taxfiler will actually go through and just to make sure it all looks okay, and it will perform a few validation checks on the tax return just to make sure that it's all been completed successfully. And we'll look at the final tab, which is client case details, which is all the sort of standard information. We've got the start and end date for the CT600. We've got the reference, the client code, name, UTR, which is obviously very important to have. It won't do much without that, and the company number. So it's a very, very brief overview, as I say, but as you can probably see, preparing limited company accounts and corporation tax returns in Taxfiler is a fairly straightforward process. And if you would like to have a look at my course, which goes through the whole entire process step by step, right from firstly preparing your limited company accounts, and then preparing your CT600, transferring information from the accounts to the CT600, and filing it all with Companies House and HMRC, then please do click on the link in the description for more details. I hope that's been helpful. If you have any comments, please do leave them below. If there's anything else you'd like to see in Taxfiler, I produce a video clip every Tuesday and upload it here on my YouTube channel. So if there's anything, any query or any problem you have within Taxfiler, please do let me know in the comment section, and I'll be happy to make a clip surrounding that. No problem at all. So yeah, hope that's been beneficial, and you've seen how easy it is to produce accounts in CT600s in Taxfiler. And I look forward to seeing you all again very, very soon. Thanks very much.